Welcome back to Dark Cloud. I mean, PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? We're just at PlayStation 2 and Sony Computer Entertainment America.
I love Skia.
Welcome to Apescape.
And
Playing
please,
some
we're
of that
playing
good old-fashioned
Apescape 2.
Apescape. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I want that Apescape 3 with my magical girl.
I only played Apescape 1 and 2. I never played 3, even though it had Snake in it, I think.
I adore 3. It's not as good as 2, probably, but I like it better. Anyway, welcome back to Dark Cloud 2.
Apparently there was a move game that was Apescape where Spencer...
It was bad.
Yeah. Also, there's Dark Spencer.
I didn't need to say that, because you started out, it was a move game, therefore.
I don't know. Have you ever played The Fight? Oh, well, here's...
There's no part of that that's good other than Danny Trejo.
By the way, we've unlocked, support characters. Bruno here he gives me more drops.
So support characters are a pretty big deal, and they show up a lot. And this is part of the reason why the town is full of individual unique characters. Because we can get them to join with us and do things for us. But not actually fight, because most of them don't really do that.
Alright, I forgot our gun's a fucking trumpet.
But yeah,
I think you mean our trumpet's a fucking gun. Because we, Max, therefore me, are most likely to just carry a trumpet around in their pocket for no real reason.
And here is our new character, Monica. You see, Monica already comes with all the upgrades we got from the dungeon. So you can just, like, the first dungeon, you can put everything in max, and then, because Monica already comes up with like, 8 defense, and also she has a sword.
Generally faster than Max, as well as tends to rely a bit more on like the scale and other certain elemental weaknesses are more likely in hammers and wrenches than they are in swords.
And also she can like absorb ranged attacks.
That's a special thing, not actually directly related to the sword.
Yeah, and you don't get that until later at some point. Like I said, it involves, like, a point system. Like, there's a thing that needs to show up next to your sword to be able to absorb magic.
Gotcha.
And here's me, So the trumping gun has a branching path here. One leads to grenade launcher, and one leads to more guns.
Like, it's a gun that's actually 2 guns?
No, it's just 1 gun, but more gun. And and here me imbuing it with the elemental of exorcism.
The most holy of trumpets. The angel's trumpets shall belt down upon them, and they shall cry out, "Ah, that's a fucking gun."
I haven't checked, but I wonder if...
That's the Horn of Judgment.
I wonder if Tasty Water turns into Holy Elemental.
I think it turns into Chill.
Tap water.
But so yeah, there's a lot of characters.
There's definitely a railroad in that picture.
There's a lot of characters we can recruit, a couple more actually right here that came with us on the train. I'm not sure if we'll get to that anytime soon, but we'll see.
Yeah, but right now we just have everyone who's on the train, so Cedric...
okay. They were automatic.
Yeah, Cedric,
whatever the bomb boy. Lloyd,
and,
right?
Eric, yeah, and...
Eric, never mind, not Lloyd. I don't know why not Lloyd.
What's that? It's a house all by itself.
Welcome
kind of
to
weird.
idyllic this place.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
I love breaking into houses.
Also, we're about to learn a character trait about Monica.
Ah. What is it? What do you two want?
Hey, you're from the Furbit tribe of Sindel.
Hey, I'm gonna talk down to you.
It's so cute, all curly and everything.
So, Monica's a sheltered princess, and it comes up occasionally. She has no idea how to act, respectfully to people.
Oh, right, yeah. She's your classic anime female protagonist that is ditzy at everything except combat.
Not actually true. She's incredibly intelligent. She just is not adjusted
she knows
to
a lot
the
about
outside world.
She knows a lot about things. She knows what a Furbit is.
That is another thing I appreciate, that both of our protagonists are actually quite intelligent.
Like, just one knows how to
I
talk to
wonder why he
droids,
got
and
so
the other one
mad.
knows how, like, what the fucking, monster they're
Yeah.
keeping in the thing is. Yep.
Yep. That was, glad we experienced that.
Alright. So,
That was an important void.
what?
Well,
And I somehow
that
missed
was
this?
an important void.
well,
And in future things like that will be cut out. I make a thing of it to go through these videos at double X speed to look for shit like this.
Yeah, I've noticed as the videos keep going, they have more and more cuts in them.
So yeah,
Oh man,
this
I
is
can make a table refrigerator.
I forgot if I mentioned before. Yeah, you can save photos to your album, and then in a as soon as you get the album, you get whatever whatever picture you can bring those pictures over to your new save and just get everything immediately. Well, not immediately because you can only take 30 pictures at a time, but that's Wizard Jackal.
Yeah, it has a name, which means it has importance.
Charlie, move past me. Move your mouse. You're breaking the immersion. Matt, could you somehow I don't know, pixelate that mouse or something?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'll pixelate that mouse. It's too hot for
Nobody's
TV.
home.
I hear the
All right.
favorites are crazy
Brazzers.
about grape juice.
So yeah, ferments love grape
And
juice.
we brought all this grape juice
oh, that
too.
mouse just.
Now what are we gonna
I
do?
don't know if this is
If he won't let
because
us in,
alcohol
I
is
guess we'll
mentioned
just
in
have
the
to throw
game,
it
so I don't
away.
think this is a localization thing. Maybe they just didn't want the Irish coded race to be all about that alcohol.
Come in.
It's also
Hey,
well.
it
I mean, when you think of like Irish alcoholism, you don't think of wine.
Well, when you think of Irish alcoholism, you think of any alcohol at all.
I was about to say, you think of them drinking
Well, look at
everything.
That. 3 of
You
them.
think of them just oh,
It's
is
like
this like
it's yeah, but you think
What?
tough burly Irishmen, so at the very least beer.
Oh, you want the grape juice, huh?
well, you think them literally just having potatoes
Well,
for
it'll cost ya.
heads.
However, they are still quick to
let's
anger
see.
and fight people over no reason, so
I've heard
still
you ferrets
stereotyping.
have a mysterious magical power to make things like houses and plants.
To make better homes and gardens.
Mysterious magical
What
power
are
to
you
make things
getting
like
at?
houses.
I want you to
Carpentry.
use that power to help us.
I heard you have the dark midget, the dark magic to
Probably
have the
know
home
there's
and garden
something
channel.
strange going on. The whole world has become like one big deserted island.
I hear you can make lots of McMansions.
Everything's disappeared. At this rate, there won't be anything left in the future. I want you to use your building power to rebuild a town in this time.
No way. It's too much work. Besides, we got no time for that, so just run along now, will you?
We're
What do you
busy
mean you don't
looking
have
at
time for
these potatoes and using our hammock.
Even if I told you,
I'm
it
busy,
wouldn't change a
standing with
thing.
my arm crossed. It's a lot of work,
Hold
bro.
on, Rococo.
Also, I think the main guy here,
That's a pretty great name, though.
I think I
Rococo.
understand.
the main guy is voiced
Come
by
on
someone
over
from
here,
Star Trek
Parasite.
Next Generation. I mean, not Deep Space Nine.
The name's Conda.
Yeah, Conda.
This here's Rococo. And this is Tobo. Pleased to meet you. So, who might you two be?
I'm Monica.
I'm Max. Nice to meet you.
You know there's something wrong with the world, right? A great darkness is trying to distort the flow of time.
I was beginning to wonder about what was happening to our forest. Of course, I'd like to help out, but... To be honest, we're in a bit of a fix ourselves. Even if we wanted to, we can't help you till we solve our own problems.
What's wrong? Tell us about it.
It's a long story, but it must have been about a year ago or so. One day, a beautiful woman got lost and wandered in here. We don't like humans too much, so we approached her carefully. Humans are crafty, cunning creatures. That's how we've always thought of you.
Then
Humans,
Smash
the
cuts to
fuck-
Max like shooting guns and drinking grape
Her
juice.
soul was
Oh, well, so this guy played
more
Quark
beautiful than
on
words
Next
can
Generation,
Yeah,
Deep
Quark.
Space Nine, and Voyager.
Okay,
Said
Quark,
her
yeah.
name was Holly. I had a feeling that wasn't her real name, but that didn't matter a bit.
She had a fine
During the
ass.
few days and weeks she was with us, she wove a sort of spell over us all. She had us in the palm of her hand.
Sometimes two at a time.
One
Oh.
day out of the blue, something happened. Holly left to search for food and just disappeared into the forest, never to return. A few days went by and still no Holly.
Kate went out for cigarettes
We
and
were
just
so
never came back.
A few days went by and we just decided there's no reason to look for her. She'll be fine.
There was no way we could go on without her. In those few short weeks, she had become an essential part of our lives. She was part of us all.
It's then where we
So we
realized
formed
that
a
not
search
eating
party to
became a
search for
problem.
Luckily, Furbit
A party of four
survive
set
on
out for
just
Rainbow
grass
Butterfly
and,
Wood,
and
where she
the occasional
disappeared
grape
that day.
juice. We
Those
fermented
four
ourselves.
haven't come back yet either. I was sure I picked the most able-bodied of our tribe, but they turned out to be a bunch of goofs.
A troop
So
of goofs, I
basically,
tell ya.
At this point in time, I'm afraid we can't help you two out. You want us to use our special powers to help you, but the thing
Special
is,
powers.
all 7 of us have to be here in order for it to work.
So,
No, sorry, we're gonna use special
Besides,
powers
we're
later
really
when
not
we
in
learn to
a
golf.
helping mood. I'm pretty sure you understand.
God damn it.
That's quite a story.
I have a proposition to make.
I bet I can guess.
I bet I can guess.
You want
That
us
sort
to
of
go into the woods
proposition,
and
huh?
find your 4 friends, right?
You mean you'll help us?
I mean, no, not
Could you also
them, just
keep an eye
us.
out for Holly?
We're all the ones you need.
Each day without her brings us nothing but gloom.
I understand. 4 or 5, what's the difference? So what does this Holly
Well,
look like
really, it
anyway?
depends if we'll be
Any
happy or
special
not. Like,
features?
4 is not her, so we really don't care.
no, 4 could be her and just we fucking
Ah, yes.
left
Well, that 4 is
Droppo.
okay. Really, it's 1 to 5. As long as you get Holly, we're a-okay.
No, wait. Maybe it was short. I think.
I don't know. I don't remember her. I just remember. I don't remember her
That's
face
it.
or
The
anything. I
potatoes
was
used to make were
distracted.
the greatest.
Oh, wow, yeah, that.
They were mighty tasty.
The Irish stereotypes just keep sticking.
Yeah, incredible.
Potato pie is the
Forget
slang
it.
for boobs.
Potato pie?
So the
Meanwhile,
Irish stereotypes just keep kind of. That is a comically. Oh no, wait. I thought that was a.
That reminded
thought he had
me
like
of
a-
the potato pies you made for me when I was a kid.
Solid cursor strats there.
They were so warm, eating them would always cheer me up. The most delicious
Potato
potato
pie
pies
big
in
as
the
my
whole
head.
world.
Yeah, actually. Also, I didn't eat them with
Could
silverware.
it be the Holly that the
Well, it's
Furbits
just
talked
fucking
about was
some
actually...
I
pies
ate
you
them
don't
like a
eat.
rodent.
Just thinking that
you
made my heart
fucking
beat faster.
you are. I don't know how the
This was the other
consistency of
reason that I
potato
wanted to
pies.
see the
Maybe you can
world,
eat them
so
like
that I could
that.
find you again, Mother.
It looked like a sweet potato
Even
pie,
though the world had been laid waste,
which is
I
a-
had a feeling that you were
with
out there.
consistency similar to
Excuse me, I think it
pumpkin.
was actually just a gnarly potato pie.
So this Holly might be our mom, even
Wicked
though
sick
her,
potato
we
pie.
find out her name is not Holly.
Tubular
So-
potato pie.
Really, what's happened
It's
to
just
Holly is
beyond
that
here.
her
Lately there seem to be
stand
some
late
nasty
stand
monsters
activated.
living
Now
in these
she's in a
parts.
coma.
Watch
And we have to
yourselves
go
now.
fight a vampire in Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would Max's stand be? Wait, no, it's Ride Pod. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
Legend
it's
has it
well,
that in these
it's
woods
Rage
lives a
Against the
mysterious
Machine.
rainbow-colored
Of course.
butterfly. And anyone who lays
Oh,
eyes on
Monica's
the
V.
butterfly never leaves the walls again.
I don't think it's her
You know, I wonder if
transformation.
Holly and the search party we sent out went and accidentally found themselves that rainbow
I'll be there for you.
butterfly.
It's
Why would it be this?
Just be careful not to run into that
It's
rainbow.
One's friends.
What do you mean, be careful? What could we possibly do to prevent it?
If that happens,
If that happens?
Alternatively, Max's fucking
just pretend you didn't see it.
stand is Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Well,
Oh, that would actually be pretty
okay,
good.
we're off.
Oh, take this.
You can
with
make that you make it much shorter by just saying Kilroy.
What's this?
It's the Ferret's favorite.
You
thing
don't
in the
understand
world,
how stands
grape
work, Matt.
juice. If you have this with you, those guys
Also,
just might smell you and
even
come
though we don't have grape juice, they have grape juice. So it's no big
Okay,
deal.
I got you. Thanks.
We
Carl.
bribed
they're
them with
standing on
grape
a-
juice that we didn't
Good,
have,
I'll be
and
here
so they
waiting
gave us
for
grape
you.
juice to
I
give
wish you
them.
good luck.
And then you just turn around. Hey, dude, I'll do this for you if you like do this thing for me. I'll give you grape juice. Aw, sweet steal.
So we go into the Rainbow Butterfly Woods.
To have rainbow butterfly kisses.
I don't know, I just want to always process that name as the Moonlight Butterfly Woods. Which is a completely different thing.
Unfortunately, Monica cannot get a moonlit greatsword.
Nor can she figure out how to solve complex by using nanomachine wings. How's that for a reference? Alright, so yeah, Monica, swords and wrenches, all in addition to whatever, they have they're stronger against certain things. Like, I think Monica's weaker against skeleton, because,
Yeah, because wrenches bash in a skeleton's head while
yeah,
swords
the
kind
classic
of...
D&D rule that you can't hit, swords are weak, weak against skeleton.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
you're
they're meant
gonna
for-
hit between
yeah.
all
You
the
just end up
ribs and-
stabbing them with the pitchfork and they wave your finger at you as a butcher and a baker and a candlestick maker stand behind you. Alright, here's an amulet, and amulet.
Amulets are temporary passive bonuses, mostly about status prevention.
Yeah.
They can break
Gotcha.
if it comes up too much, but... So yeah, Monica in general is just quite a bit faster than Max and does better against kind of wild beasts and things with scales. Pretty much like natural animals overall, or things of the
Also
sort.
plants.
Also
Because
plants.
cut plants, yeah.
And then Max is better against undead things made of inanimate material like rock, hard armored
Wood.
creatures.
Well, certain types of wood. He's good against mimics, but he's not good against trees.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, because one's a structure and he knows how to build things.
Oh yeah, we're still trying to get gate keys to advance to the next floor.
Yes.
Yeah, this time it's fairy. We have to cut down a tree to get to the next. You see how we got in through a broken down tree? We have to cut down the next tree to get to the next
Okay.
place.
Exactly.
Okay, I
Every
was
dungeon
wondering,
has a
yeah,
different
I was-
gate key that is appropriate to the area, and it functions
Gotcha,
differently
yeah.
as a result.
I was wondering if they were all going to be like valves.
Yes, we're gonna use this valve in the woods.
Like, it's a fucking JRPG.
Similarly, the inner floor keys are also different between them. Like how previous we had just the key to open up a side door. There's a separate thing for here.
Yeah, so this dungeon is full of skeleton soldiers and Harmara, the plant things that spit
That
at you.
old-fashioned, that one-eyed flower beast.
Probably
So it
made
seems
some
like it's
them in two
specifically
states.
designed to like teach you to swap between Max and Monica.
Yeah, to show, like, if you wanted to, you could optimize this area. However, there's not really specifically a need to.
Yeah, I think there's much areas later where like, oh, you should
Oh.
It's more though on point of the there are more enemies that are just flat out you should use tripod for this than there are anything else.
So this is one of the biggest features of having two party members. One of them goes
You can die
down,
twice.
the other one will get up.
They also, though, note that while healing fountains can heal any status ailment, they cannot heal you when you're dead.
Yeah, you have to finish the floor out or run away, one of the two. And running away again makes you lose money, so it's not really advisable unless you bought gold bars.
I'd invest in gold coin.
Never depreciates.
Go up, up, up.
Don't invest in the government, invest in gold! Libertarian dream!
Oh, listen, did you know on Google's, like, fucking currency converter you can convert for Bitcoin?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
But not Dogecoin, which is the more stable currency.
Stable in that it's like 10,000 Doge for, like, 10,000 Doge is like 10 cents.
Guns tend to have pretty high cyclone and thus are pretty good against mid-air enemies and other things that end up being weak to that.
And the magic ring that Monica has a lot of fire usually, so...
Usually fire, however, it's really interesting that they can really heavily go into different elements, and whichever element is the primary one will actually affect what the projectile looks like.
Yeah, same thing with, like, attacks, like, when you get big into one element, like, flames will, like, you'll have flames kind of appear on the enemy,
Oh, definitely
like, when you hit
so.
them.
It just shows up even faster in the amulet since that is concentrated element.
Forest Dew of the forest caught in a bottle. The new slogan for Mountain Dew. The dew of mountain caught in a bottle.
Yo, what up, Mountain? Yo.
Oh, did you see, by the way, did you see, the unrelated, did you see the, fucking, Diva headstone?
Yeah, with the Doritos on it.
Yeah.
I don't know the context for it, but I saw it.
The Halloween update.
Well,
A bunch
I
of
haven't gotten to
skins
play
and
any
sprays.
Overwatch yet.
Skins and sprays, and you can make fucking Reaper come out of a fucking coffin.
I have seen that with someone editing it to be somebody once told me.
It's like the beginning of Shrek, the motion picture. The
Wow,
first two
I fancy
Shrek
that.
movies
I
were
wonder why that would happen.
the first two Shrek movies were decent movies.
They were, but we probably shouldn't go down that hole. Swinging and miss Mike Piazza.
Yeah, you actually need distance if you're gonna throw something. Apparently, there's no
It
auto
depends
lock
on
on.
yeah, it depends on the size. You can like help steer a bit, but yeah, if they're right there for whatever reason, you can't just bash it down. You have to lop it over their head. And by whatever
Prickly,
reason, I mean because they didn't want to
Fishing
program
bait.
it. It'd be
Don't
annoying.
get pricked. Don't get pricked,
Oh.
or you'll, it's a very bad neurotoxin.
Don't get pricked. That's what my high school health program told me.
Zing.
Really good
Nah,
sex
that's-
ed.
they told you not to get pricked. Listen, a hot dog, if they put like just syringes of AIDS in hot dogs.
What?
Someone on Twitter was talking about how their like high school one of their or middle school history teacher said that like people just put syringes, like full syringes in hot dogs, full of AIDS, with a letter saying you got AIDS.
Sure.
I think
Who would
that's
know
the
about it
natural.
better than my high school history teacher?
I think that's like the natural conclusion of like the
The razor blade in an apple?
yeah. Was that ever actually a thing, or
No.
like why was that a thing then?
Because parents are gonna worry about everything.
Because people are dumb and cause panics whenever they can.
Like, yeah, and also, yeah, there's a lot of natural worries about Halloween and children going out alone and a bunch of other stuff.
Kind of like the clown thing right now.
Yeah, that. I don't
To
even
be
know.
fair, that is more real than razor blades and apples.
In the fact
Well-
that it is happening. I mean, razor blades and apples. I mean, I can't say that. I
don't think anyone like heard the razor blade of an apple thing and thought, "Oh, I'm gonna to freak people out. I'm gonna put some razor blades and some apples because that sounds like a fucking funny thing to do." When the clown thing is kind of like people hearing about the clowns and deciding just to clown it up. Clowns are propagating to more clowns.
I'm down with the razor.
Sorry, blades are for skating.
Welcome to the Dark Cuttable.
This is probably like a ICP song about razor blades and apples.
Fucking apples, how do they work? Razor blades.
I don't want to talk to no. I don't want to talk to
God,
no. Oh, by the way, yeah, you can die in this game. I don't want to talk to no nutritionists. They fucking lying and getting me pissed. So yeah, just to show you guys that I am not great, I kept the death in. Fucking these
We're
games
gonna have like a Dark
stakes.
Souls death counter.
Listen, I just want to make sure people are like, oh, it's an LP, he's never gonna die in it. Hey, plus, we already did the death
I just
counter
want to
gimmick.
make sure all your expectations are low. Remember.
Yeah, we did the death count. Do you remember Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah, well, Donkey Kong Country 2, the strictly
I
better
don't
Donkey
remember
Kong
this.
Country.
I mean, I remember the game, but I don't. I am
The
not
LP. I
affiliated
can't
with
even
it.
remember how high the death counter got before we ended it. I know we had to start like scumming save states in order to continue the game because we burned through 70 lives on
I
one
think
level.
we had just gotten
What the
past the
hell,
swamp and then we gave
guys?
up.
Charlie kept dying on like one jump over and over again.
Listen, I was using a mount. I think I wasn't using a controller.
Yeah, I mean it's probably part of it.
You know what game's good to play that you can easily play on a mouse and keyboard? Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
I thought you were gonna say Mario Paint, but that works.
No, yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Easy to
Yes,
play on
Mario
mouse.
Paint and Knuckles.
Yes, Mario and Sonic at the Art Olympics. By the way, unrelated. Apparently there's an online program somewhere where you can like play Wheel of Fortune. We should do that sometime
Sure.
because you can put in your own prompts. And I'll be Pat Sajak.
So it gets to be Vanilla.
So, rage skeletons have a chance at getting back up if you don't hit them with a high exorcism weapon.
That's
Yeah.
what I noticed.
I didn't know about the high exorcism. I just noticed they got back up. By the way, you can use holy water on enemies. It does holy damage.
Yep, which normally is not that much, but is some. But against undead, wow.
What?
I just praise the sun, man.
Raise the roof.
Woohoo.
By the way,
you dodged
this dungeon. By the way, I also died because this dungeon is where the real Dark Cloud 2 begins.
Right.
It is harder than the first one, but
It is kind of the one that
I think that
Like,
might
oh,
be
you
an
need to be-
exaggeration.
it's where the real Dark Cloud 2 begins.
I have a different area, I think so, but teach their own.
This is where like you're expected to have like upgraded weapons and like the enemies actually pose a danger to you. You know, to make
The
up for
game
the fact you get.
expects you to understand its mechanics? No.
Well, that's where the real
Yeah, I'm
Dark
noticing
Souls
you're not.
begins.
I'm noticing you're not pausing to get like photos of enemy special attacks.
Not yet.
You'll have plenty of time to do that once you get through the dungeon a bit, basically. Because
Yeah, so
dungeons are...
I don't want to die to get, you know.
So Matt, you realize like how long we took for the first dungeon, right? It wasn't
Oh
like
yeah, no, it was like 2.5 hours.
yeah, which is not like forever, but it's long.
Oh yeah,
And
no.
Even though that wasn't all necessarily dedicated to the dungeon, that was dedicated a lot to the things in the chapter and getting us better and getting pieces for things. This game will continue to get larger in dungeons and then larger things to do outside of dungeons. The largest clump of things you can do is actually right now. It opens up a lot of things like to go and do. People to talk to, things you can unlock. There will still be consistently more later. But the point being, there is always more content and more things you can do to upgrade yourself and get better. So once we get to the end of the dungeon, it becomes really much better at that point to then come back and search for scoops and things of the like. Because by that point, we will be strong enough the dungeon stops actually mattering.
Gotcha. Yeah, and going through, I think there's also a lot of off-screen grinding that we won't see.
Trust me, yes.
A lot. This game demands it.
Having been 20 videos ahead, yes. Or however you're gonna divide these up. I don't know, are you gonna stop when I die?
Oh boy, Internet, are you excited? Content!
When this is gonna be
content everywhere.
LP we've ever done. The most longest and in-depth LP. I don't know, what's the longest LP you have on the channel?
I don't know, I'd have to check. I know the Kerbal one went for a long time. But I think Silent Hill 4 might be the longest at like 28.
Ah, Silent Hill 4, The Room.
Yes.
That's the only Silent... well, I had also Homecoming, but that's the first Silent Hill game
4,
I ever had.
oh hi, Mark.
Yeah, that's also how we started that game off.
Oh, I figured.
Also, it's fitting, in every Silent Hill LP we did, we talked about some other game, so it's fitting that we talk about Silent Hill in another LP.
Also, speaking of which, the newest, arc of He's a Good Boy is based on Silent Hill 4, The Room.
Look, Matt, you seem to not understand the fact that we talk about everything in the time during this. This is a long game, where while the mechanics and things are interesting...
I mean, it's not like full Pokemon streams.
Yeah, it's not completely as inattentive as you can be with Pokemon, but it is still
Oh yeah, no, we've...
This isn't a game that we focus on the high skill exploits, because it's really... You can't really be crazy high skill in this game.
We have dodged a wrench, we are going to spend the rest of the game dodging balls.
Yeah, basically.
I saw that movie in theaters.
I pity you.
You know, it wasn't a bad movie.
For not seeing it
I
on
remember
IMAX.
liking it.
It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. Movies in that vein I did like in that vein of movies, Balls of Fury quite a bit better though.
Well, that's because they had fucking Christopher Walken playing a crazy guy.
It wasn't even specifically him. The main actor was really good. And it had that one Chinese actor whose name I forget, who's in who's the old Chinese man in almost everything.
Victor Wong, I think?
Might be it. He's really good.
Are you talking about the guy who was the old guy from Three Ninjas?
I haven't seen Three Ninjas.
I've only seen Three Ninjas at High Noon at Mega Mountain, featuring Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's the one I remember the best, because that's the only one I owned on VHS.
It's the most train wreck one of them all.
Yeah, no, it's in the top 100 worst movies on fucking IMDb.
Fucking.
Okay, it's not Victor Wong.
Let's see. Also featuring Ernest as one of the bad guys.
As the main bad guy.
No, the main bad guy's the lady with the cheeks.
I remember Ernest being one of the last ones they...
No, he's actually fought, he's not even the last one they fight. He's fought, in the middle. He's, the mid-boss. And then they fight What's-Her-Face with the cheekbones, and then, she runs away.
All I remember is they do the last fight in the dark, because...
Yeah, because they set that up in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, the guy I was thinking of is James Hong.
Okay, so it was close in pronunciation, kind of.
He does a lot of voice acting, actually. He was in Blade Runner, for one. And in Wayne's World 2. Shifu
Fun fact!
Mulan, I can't remember who that is.
No, wait. You said Shifu, and I got it confused with the character from Kung Fu Panda.
He is a character in Kung Fu Panda, however.
Yeah, Master Shifu.
No. James
Is he?
Hong.
Oh, okay.
He's Mr. Ping, aka
Oh, cool,
his
right.
not
Again,
dad.
he plays the elderly. He plays an elderly Chinese man and everything.
Yep.
Although, to be fair, Kung Fu Panda was full of elderly Chinese man characters.
What about Kung Fu Panda 2?
You know, I never actually saw that one or 3.
What about Kung Fu Panda 3?
I just said I hadn't seen 3.
I heard 2 and 3 were pretty good. I have only seen 1, and I liked it
I
also,
heard the
but I've never saw
that
2.
of general of the Kung is one of the more quality DreamWorks franchises.
Yeah, I mean, one was pretty good, and I think I've seen parts of Kung Fu Panda 2 because it was on TV, and I was kind of like going in and out of the house while it was on. I know it's got something to do with Poe's actual parents. Aside from that, I don't really know much about it.
James Hong also played a villain in Jackie Chan Adventures.
Which one?
Which villain?
Daylon Wong.
That's the evil uncle.
Oh yeah,
Evil
the
wizard,
old
yep.
guy. Yeah, the evil old guy, evil uncle.
Yep, there you are.
Yeah, he's the evil magic guy to counteract Uncle's good magic guy.
God,
Yep.
Uncle was so good. What a good character.
Yeah, Uncle was amazing.
Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan Adventures in general was good.
A surprisingly fucking good show.
I don't even know how. I think the last season I watched, it was like they were fighting Japanese demons.
They were fighting the ninja demons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a bunch of
that
pets.
were Japanese because the ninjas come from Japan. Duh.
Yeah, I love that retcon of the fact of like, oh, we fucked up, we had ninjas in the Chinese thing. No, we got it, bro, don't worry.
Yeah, because it was a bunch of Oni masks which could each summon a different type of ninja.
I
Yeah,
really
that's-
liked
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing, and it was really interesting as a general arc, and I particularly remember one of the super muscular bad guys got one that made like these tiny like finger-sized ones, and everyone's like, oh, so they're useless. And then it turns out they could drink people's shadows, and then if someone lost their shadow, they would fall unconscious, like into a coma.
I
and
just
then
remembered the
they got bigger
one
into
where-
land sharks.
Fucking, like, they find out, like, that someone bought half the mask on eBay. It was, like, the dude from the first season who gets possessed in the second season, who now is so irrelevant he just owns an apartment.
Yep.
And, like, him and Jade, like, get half of the mask put on and try and fight their one half.
But it only
Sat
summons
down.
up half of the actual ninjas. It's like
Yeah.
each gets like half a crab claw.
Yeah. Oh, remember the one where they fight the Jiangxi and they get each other's chi in each other?
Yeah, no, that was.
So, like,
I think,
Jade becomes
yeah.
like Uncle, and like
Well, and
Toru
Toru
becomes
gets
like
Jade.
Jade. And then they didn't find one for Uncle, so he's just a fucking Jiangxi.
Yeah.
Until they fucking throw the thing over the river or whatever they have to do to beat him.
Well,
That's
they
my
also,
first-
yeah, they put a seal. They put a seal on his face, and then he can just
Well, that's what
talk
you do with
menacingly for a
Jiangxi.
while.
That is how Jiangxi are always depicted, hopping and arms outstretched and having like the seal over their face.
Looks like we got them all.
You know, that's how
Yeah,
they.
it's interesting. Yeah, they made the Jiangxi into more of a traditional vampire in that episode.
Well, you can't. Well, no, they had some like it starts out blind until it can get the appropriate amount of chi in it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
was a
'cause
thing too.
It can smell your breath, and then it just kind of goes after. It follows you that way. But yeah, in general, it was. I mean, yeah, because it was a lot closer to a traditional vampire, but it had some
That's the
different
thing about
elements in it.
Jiangxi. They're not quite zombies. They're not quite
They're
vampires.
quite vampires, yeah. They're a unique type of undead.
Yeah. Chinese hopping corpses.
Yeah. I have that book.
What book?
Zombies of the World.
Oh, yeah.
I actually got a second copy for free with something else I ordered.
All I remember from Zombies vs. World is them referencing fucking robot versus Aztec mummy.
Yeah, and then...
And that being an actual film that exists.
That being an actual film that exists and was not on the public domain.
Someone is holding the rights to Aztec mummy versus robot.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, it's a fairy
What,
song.
wait.
There's
okay,
fairies
so
in
we
it.
have to... So we walk over... Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because there's like a river in the way.
How
okay.
else would
Yeah.
we cross a river, Matt?
I didn't realize it
Swim?
was a river. I didn't
Like
know that.
a
Well, it's
I didn't
just
know that was
fucking
what the-
Tom Sawyer, Matt. And Huck Finn, or whatever. Adventures of Bayou Billy.
You know, today's Tom Sawyer, he gets right on through, and the space he invades, he gets by on you.